Gary, back to the league this weekend, and I mean it should be an exciting game looking at your record and Barrow's record.
Yeah, they've had a good little run, haven't they? And they're a decent team, that's for sure. So, you know, between me and Downsy, we've had a good look at them, and which, you know, there's good reason why they're doing well, and it'll be a good football match. So we're looking forward to it.
They're scoring lots of goals, you're scoring lots of goals, in particular Jamie Reid. People question how he would do on the step back up to the National League, and well, he's certainly hit the ground running, hasn't he?
Done very well, hasn't he? Listen, if you're a natural goal scorer, then what you've got to do is get yourself in the natural goal scoring positions, and I think that's been a change in him that since I've been here. You know, we've got him at the end of moves, as I think he said himself, and then you've got to have that desire to get in into the danger area, but you've also got to have the quality to score the goals, the other goals that he scores. You know, I mean, it was a fantastic goal against Barrow, and he's scored some, you know, spectacular goals, and that sets him apart from a lot at this level, just where, you know, he can strike it with both feet, and he's not frightened to hit a strike from 25-30 yards with his wrong foot.
Sure. January's looming. I mean, it must be in the back of your mind that, you know, a side in the Football League, perhaps struggling at the wrong end of the table, wants a proven goal scorer, might just be interested in young Jamie.
Yeah. Well, it might be, and you'd be disappointed if, you know, he wasn't on some people's list. But we got to make sure that you know, we look after him, and you can't stop somebody going to Man United or something. You know what I mean? But I think he's enjoying his football. I think he's had a very good season last season in the Conference South. Sort of generally, he knows he's more or less going to play every week, even though we try and put him under pressure. So, listen, you said January. What is it now? It's like October. So there's plenty of games between now and January. You have to worry about those sort of things. As you know, I talk to people in January anyway, as to the state of play, where we are in the league, and how many people that we have to talk to and offer new contracts to. So, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't thought about that right now, because there's, I don't know, 15 games between now and then, and so it'd be great if all these lads go where they want to be in the league with us.
Sure. Back to matters in hand. What do you need to do to beat Barrow, do you feel? What are their strengths that you need to?
Other than scoring more goals, isn't it?
Well, that's the obvious one.
Right,
is it going to be a 5-4, do you think, or is it, because I mean, looking at
I don't know. I was going to say I hope not, and then I thought, well, I hope so. If it was 5-4 to us, you know, I mean, I don't mind that, but they can score goals, that's for sure. And very recently, they've done very well in front of goal. You know, they've defended well, so it's going to have to be a, you know, good bit of quality play to break them down, and that's our job. And obviously they're not coming here, I wouldn't have thought, for a draw in their form, so I should think, as I say, it'll be a very good openish game, and sometimes that means goals, and that's what we'll have to wait and see, how they turn up and what they do. And we've got to try and surprise them, as I'm sure they'll try and surprise us.
How are you looking injury-wise?
We're okay. I think there was no injuries from Saturday. I don't think, was there, Downsy? There was no injuries, no. So we've got that full bill of health. There was no injuries from our subs or our finishers, as we're now going to call them. So we're okay. We're going to be a complete squad. There's every chance that Opie's going to be available for us on Saturday. He's training today, so that's an extra one.
So where are we at with Connor Lemonhead?
No, Connor won't be around until December. Hopefully, I think he's scheduled middle of December, but I think in Connor's mind he feels early December, so which would be great. So we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Once your Gulls fans have been putting 2 and 2 together and getting I don't know what number, but it kind of escaped your notice that Sekou Jenner is very close to being fit again. He can't go out to a league club. Is there any chance of him coming back here?
Well, if he goes out, there's every chance of him coming back here. But obviously, teams have circumstances. I know Sakes has kept in touch with the lads, and he'd love to come back, I'm sure. So I think I can't see. Let's say he wouldn't go anywhere else. I wouldn't have thought at this stage. So it'd be great to have him back if that situation arises.
Final question, big Devon derby this weekend, Exeter City and Argyle. You played both of them in pre-season. Any thoughts about how that one might pan out?
No. Can't have a bet anyway, can you, nowadays? Listen, they're both doing very well, aren't they, in the second division? So it should be a very good game because they both look quite strong when we played them. I know we won one, lost one, but they've proven themselves in that second division. So credit to them, and we'll have to wait and see whether we all can end up in the same division one day, like hopefully in the near future.
But presumably it's good to see all the Devon sides doing well.
Of course it is, yeah. Yeah, they're your neighbours, aren't they? And we've got to look after ourselves and hope that we can keep up with the neighbours up the road. But we've got to make that next step and wait and see whether they've made that other step for them to make us have another step. So no, I think our club's aim is to be at least on a par with those two clubs, and then who knows, one day be nice if we was one of the team or the club that was ahead of the other two.
One or two of the injured lads, those kind not quite so busy as he has been for the last few weeks. You've got quite a lot of numbers, but I think I worked it out that if we should need a replay against Maidstone, hope we don't, but if we should, that gives you 9 games in the space of the next 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So even with the numbers, I imagine you want as many players around you fit and firing as possible at the moment, rather than thinking about let him out. I don't know what's your
we need people around. That's for sure. It's only that only happens when somebody doesn't see themselves getting in the first team anytime soon, and we agree with it, and then we decide, okay, we'll let you go out and get some games, sort of thing. So, but yeah, it is the more the merrier at the minute. We're still in all competitions, of course, including the Devon Bowl, as you say. So we're going to need numbers to cope with the trophy, the FA Cup, hopefully, around about it coming up in the next 2 or 3 months, and obviously the league. We're playing Saturday, Tuesday, so it's. But I'm quite pleased with our squad at the moment, and 2 or 3 additions that we think we can bring in pretty soon, like from injury. Obviously, you get Asa back. Dicko's unfortunately just took a slight dip with his ankle, so he won't be available probably for a week or so, a couple of weeks. John's back now, so I think we've got enough for sort of just about 2 11s that we'd be happy with. Do you know what I mean? So
you've also, this is, you should never look more than 1 game ahead, and I know you don't. But the first thing you said after the Maidstone draw came through was, but hold on a minute. These next 3 league games are in terms, potentially, in terms of the whole season.
Yeah.
The 2 home games and then Halifax away. They could have a huge influence on where we are at. I know a time of the year when you think it's very important. Yeah, no.
Well, when coming up to Christmas time, you've got to be definitely there or thereabouts because you'd have played a lot of games. But you get to a situation when you're 7 points off the automatic, where 2 of these teams are teams, Barrow and Halifax, that are 6 pointers now. And obviously Wrexham are, you know, we need the points, they need the points, but we want to get closer. You can't be 7 points away from the top and still have 8 teams between you, if you know what I mean. You know, then you're looking at the playoffs anyway, and you're looking at only the playoffs. But at the moment, we want to be bold. We want to look higher than that at the minute, and then you know, the playoffs can be your insurance. But you know, we'd still like to try and win the league if we can. So that's why these 2 or 3 games are very important to us. They're not, you know, it's not desperate, but they are important at this stage for your maths, you know, and your statistics and your figures, just to get a bit closer to that 2 points. Although nobody's got that at the moment in our league, 2 points per game on average.
No.
But you know, we've got to get closer for when these teams. I mean, when we played Woking, for instance, they were 10 points ahead of us, and now they're 1 point ahead of us, isn't it? So we've turned that round pretty quick against them again, and you know, maybe Halifax, maybe Barrow. You know, if we start them on a losing run, then of course you catch them up pretty quick with three points. You know, because everyone can beat everyone else, for sure. So it's still tight, but we need to get that 7 points down if we've got any aspirations as quickly as we can.